for you, my wife, I'll have you locked back in that tower for the rest of your days!
Celebrity marriages, they never last, do they?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Curiosities. This is a very interesting story I want to talk about. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are in the middle of a divorce, and being someone that has been through a couple of these, I'd like to give my insight into what might possibly be going on between these two individuals, these celebrities. Anyway, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube watching, please consider subscribing. That would be a very helpful thing for the channel. And also, want to consider becoming a patron, because the new book that I wrote on the Rise of King of Silas, the Ouroboros, is coming out on Halloween. I will be there are actually pre-orders available on Amazon if you have a Kindle, or if you're interested in the ebook version. There will be a link below if you want to pre-order the book. It will be fantastic. It's only I think it's $1.99 or something like that. And of course, that would be helping me out and helping out the channel. And you'll read a really good book that I've been working on for years and years and years. Anyway, let's get to this story about Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, shall we? I just want you to know that I will be referencing astrology at times, because I think this is fun, and it might actually help us connect the dots of what's really going on here. I really want to talk about this particular article that they wrote in CNN Entertainment, talking about Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's divorce, and really particularly their custody battle that's ensuing right now. Let's see what the article starts off by saying. Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas' divorce is getting complicated. You think? The Game of Thrones star filed a petition in New York City on Thursday requesting Jonas return their children to their home in England, according to court documents obtained by CNN. Now, here I don't necessarily blame Miss Sophie Turner for this, because, who would want their children in New York City right now, right? Yeah, it's pretty bad there right now. There's a lot of commotion. There's a lot of chaos. It seems like it's a city on the down. The petition cites the wrongful retention of their children in New York City from their habitual residence of England, that they had made England their permanent home in April of 2023. Jonas had been caring for their two daughters while on tour with his band, the Jonas Brothers. And actually, they were just here in Baltimore this week, I think. There was all the kind of commotion here. An agreed upon arrangement while Turner was in production on a new series, according to her petition. I guess the writer's strike's not affecting her. Who knows? But see here, if you're on tour, how can you possibly be caring for children? These are small children. They've only been married 4 years, so these are babies. These are little babies. How are you gonna care for them when you're on the tour bus, man? That's kind of crazy, right? Turner had planned to return to England this month with the children, the petition states, but when she attempted to collect their passports from Jonas last week, she claims he refused. Jonas is definitely digging in his heels here, okay? I don't know why. I don't know if she had an affair or he had an affair, or, they've been fighting a lot. Who knows what the situation is, but clearly Joe is the one digging his heels. He's the one who's putting up the walls. He's the one who's made the initial move, right? And so she's counter-moving because she's a Pisces. She's emotional. She's kind-hearted, and she's open-minded and whatnot, because Pisces are open-minded. But this could also give us a clue as to why she's behaving, or why she's acting the way she's doing, and why she's going, for the children. It appears as though the two are using the children as some kind of pawns in this back and forth, this tit for tat that they're doing. Joe and Sophie had a cordial meeting this past Sunday in New York when Sophie came to New York to be with the kids. They had been with her since that meeting, Jonas' representative told CNN in a statement on Thursday. Joe's impression of the meeting was that they had reached an understanding that they would work together towards an amicable co-parenting setup. So here's the thing. When you're in a room, when you're in some kind of litigation, whether it's with a mediator or whether it's in court, you're going to wear your best face, especially with your lawyer sitting right next to you. So they're going to say all the reasonable things. They're going to behave very reasonably. On both sides, she's going to behave that way. He's going to behave that way, even if they're boiling inside. It's when they step out of the courtroom, it's when they start having to go through with the things that they said they were going to do, that things start getting messy. And that's what I think is happening here. It's where, she's obviously hurt, and she's lashing out, and she's going to get back at him any way she can, and he's going to try to hurt her any way he can. And that's all that's happening. This is a textbook nasty divorce is what's happening. It's a lot of emotions going around. They're flying both directions. And he's a Leo, so he's obviously going to dig in his heels. He clearly thinks he's right in this. That's why he filed for the divorce, because he feels he's in the right. She feels that he's, probably, she feels that he's obviously in the wrong, and that's why she's digging in her heels, because she's a Pisces. She's not gonna put up with that crap either. And so we have a situation here. We have a very messy situation here. Let's continue on. The statement continued. His wish is that Sophie reconsider her harsh legal position and move forward in a more constructive and private manner. Yeah, that's not going to happen, pal. You hurt her. She's hurt. And she's going to do whatever she can to dig her claws into you. That's just the way it is. And there is no reasoning here at this point. It's the gloves have come off. There's going to be scratches. There's going to be blood. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. His only concern is for the well-being of children. Of course he's going to say that. That's what we all say that. But in her mind, she's probably thinking, well, what I'm doing is for the best for our children. And if you really felt that way, you would just let things be. And he's probably like, no, because he's a Leo and he has to be right. No, this is the way it's going to be. And you have to submit to me and submit to my ideas. And so we have this classic boom, because they're both rich. They're both famous. They're both celebrities. They both have power. They both have people behind them. Both have probably good lawyers. This is a really sad case. This is a sad situation for those poor children, because they're going to get stuck in the middle. They're stuck in the middle of this, right? Jonas filed for divorce from Turner. I thought so. On September 5th, after 4 years of marriage, Turner also claims in her petition that she found out Jonas filed for divorce through the media. So he didn't have the decency, according to her, to even tell her to her face. Something happened that set him off. Okay, I don't know what it is. I could speculate. She probably did things and was probably not listening to him, or probably doing things against his will, because he's a Leo. And he has to have it a certain way. And she is just going to be like, no, that's not really the right way to do it. And she just probably defined him because, I'm Sophie Turner, man. I'm Game of Thrones. Hello. And he's like, well, I don't give a damn. I'm this, and so this is probably what happened. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know these people, and I don't know anybody associated with these people. So I don't claim to have insight or inside information, but just looking at the outside, because these are two human beings at the end of the day, we're not talking about robots. We're not talking about superhumans. We're talking about just people, and their situation is not unique. They've been, many of us have been down this road before. And just, pulling on my own personal experiences, I can tell you that a lot of these things mirror a lot of different situations, a lot of divorces, a lot of people who are going through this. I don't know. I mean, Jonas is, let's say what the last line here. Jonas's representative disputed that claim, stating Turner was aware in advance he was going to file for divorce. So there were a lot of fights, clearly. There were a lot of fights. This tells me that this marriage, this relationship was on the rocks for a while. So, I mean, we've all had breakups, right? We've all had bad situations, and they flare up. And you say things that are hurtful, and that's just part of life, because they have to be right. One has to be right over the other. One has to have a one-up on the other, and that's the unfortunate thing. And unfortunately, we've all, at least many of us, have been in that situation. And looking back on it, I know that I was, and I regret that, but it is what it is, right? Anyway, I'm curious to know what you all think. Hopefully, if you're still sticking around with me in this video, hopefully you'll think about hitting that like button and sharing this video with others. I really would like to get your comments on this, and DM me if you don't feel comfortable putting the comment down below. I appreciate all the DMs that I get from people. Until next time, God bless.
New Kingdom Radio Theater.